Hello Capricorn, this is your September forecast. So it's going to be a busy month, but with a particular focus on your career, your life direction, where your next moves are going to be. So let's start with the 2nd of September, where we have got Mercury going into your house of career. Mercury in this 10th house, it's a wonderful time for getting a message out, for speaking, for sharing information. It's a great time for speaking out at work. It's also a good time for contracts, for deals, for negotiations as far as your career is concerned. And as you'll see towards the end of the month, there are going to be even more planets triggering your life direction, where you want to take your life now. It's almost like a change for many of you. It will be a change in destiny path. You're going more towards your destiny, where you really should be in this lifetime. So, upside down here we've got, for the first 4 days of the month, Venus is here in your 8th house near to Jupiter, and so this is bringing you potential good fortune with an inheritance, with somebody helping you financially. Could also mean that somebody else is spending your money, but generally it means that you can really organize your resources, and you could get a little bit of a bonus or a bit of extra money coming in. Now on the 5th of the month, we've got Venus joining the Sun, which is there until the 22nd of the month, in your 9th house. And the 9th house is all about higher learning, higher education. It's shining a light on, your learning processes. Do you need to learn something more? Do you need to extend your skills? Is there something in the spiritual, metaphysical area that you'd like to study? Maybe healing, maybe something connected with mind and energetics, bioenergetics, feedback, energy healing. Anything here in this 9th house is about your spiritual side. Maybe you connect up with somebody who you feel a real deep spiritual connection. Venus in the 9th brings you a foreigner, somebody that could be a love relationship, a romance, could even be a long distance relationship that you strike up during this time, especially between now and the 28th of the month, which is while Venus is in this 9th house. It's a good time for doing business with people from overseas, for making money from overseas, for learning a new language. All these things are focused here with this Venus energy in your 9th house. Now on the 9th of the month, we have got a lovely full moon in Pisces. Capricorns, you're such hard workers. You're definitely the workers of the zodiac, most of you. And so at this full moon in Pisces, it's time to chill some. It's time just to do something that doesn't have to have the structure and the focus. Give yourself permission just to kick back a little, to daydream a little, to meander a little just through the day on the 9th. This is going to as well, wherever we have a full moon, it shines a light on maybe something we've been missing, something we haven't picked up on. And so here it's about your circle of friends, the people around you, your community. Can you trust everybody? With Neptune there, somebody might be betraying you or saying things behind your back. So it's about really tuning in during this full moon as to who you can trust, who you can speak to, who you shouldn't speak to and share things. This can also, during the full moon, bring a soul connection with somebody into your life. This feeling like, we have just such a lovely soul deep connection. But just make sure that it really is that, and that you're not deceiving yourself. Now I know you're a sensible sign because Capricorn, Saturn is your ruler. But here you may just be deceiving yourself a little bit about a relationship in your life. Not necessarily an intimate one, but a relationship where you are maybe making the relationship into something that it's not real, it's not what it is, and you need to see it more clearly. And during the full moon, you'll have an opportunity to see a relationship more clearly, and then take better constructive action. Now, for the first week of the month, we've got your ruler, Saturn, close to Mars. So Capricorns, good time to take action, but one action at a time, and to really do it properly. Because Saturn's your ruler, you might feel a little frustrated at this time, like, you want to push forward and you're being held back a little bit. But as long as you really focus on what it is you want to create in your dreams, what's your dream? What is it you love doing? And then start creating a structure so that you can start doing more of the things that you enjoy doing. Now, on the 13th of the month, we've got Mars moving out, away from Saturn, and into your 12th house, Capricorns. So this is a great time for doing some research, deep research. It's a good time for working behind the scenes. It's a good time for starting to write that book, or the blog, or the article that you've always said you'd do. And it's a very good time for putting some energy into looking at your past, your actions from your past, really looking at the consequences of those actions, because Mars is going to possibly bring somebody from your past back to you, back into your life, and you may have to decide, well, do I really want this person back in my life, or have I really moved on? Because Mars really tends to want to move on. The Mars energy there may find you doing for somebody else, helping somebody else who is needy, who needs some help, and that you gladly contribute your assistance. Could be in just the way of mentoring somebody, or just even listening to somebody. That too could be an aspect of this Mars in your 12th. Now, on the 14th of the month, we've got a glorious trine between Pluto and Venus here. And this can bring a very powerful connection with somebody. You feel magnetized to somebody. Could be somebody who's overseas, somebody that is just not in your environment or even in your circle. But you just, wow, there's a sudden attraction. It can be a romance. It can be a feeling of a deep karmic connection. Now, from the 23rd of the month, this is where we get everything focusing around your career, Capricorns, because the Sun comes into the career house. We have a new moon in Libra, also joining Mercury and the Sun in this house. And on the 29th of the month, we've even got Venus, planet of love and finances, also in this 10th house of career. So Capricorns, it's all happening here. This is a time, it's shining a light for you to look at your career, the direction it's going in. You'll have an opportunity with the new moon to create new beginnings, new connections. Maybe it's time for a change. Maybe it's time to connect with something that you enjoy more. You have a tendency, Capricorn, to soldier on even though you're not enjoying it so much. These planets are going to encourage you to take yourself out there a little bit more. Capricorn is not necessarily known for being so out there, but here the planets are encouraging you. Come out, let's see you. Let's see you shine your gifts, the diamonds that are inside of you. It also could be a new opportunity to take your life in a completely new direction. So be prepared for some surprises, especially as the last 10 days of the month. We've got a glorious trine going on with Uranus and Jupiter. So this could be a sudden move, an opportunity to move suddenly. It could be a sudden windfall of money coming from somebody else that you hadn't expected. Maybe somebody wants to invest in one of your ideas. So these are going to be new and exciting opportunities. Now, we do have the backdrop, of course, with Pluto in your sign and making still the square to Uranus. So this has meant for many of you Capricorns that you've completely transforming yourself. I mean, Pluto's in your sign till 2023, so it's a long process, doesn't happen overnight. But so many of you have begun this process. And it's the process of not allowing yourself to be controlled by others, but for you to feel in charge of your life and at the same time to be free to change, to make changes. We are living in times of great change, where we're going to have to learn to be more adaptable and flexible than ever before. And for the most part, we don't like change. We don't like it when something changes on our computer and we can't get it back to the original screen that we had it at. We hate that. So this energy is forcing us to change, to find new ways, different ways. The war in the Middle East that's been going on. How can we handle this differently? Doing same old is not going to work. This is what this is all about. And you may have to be prepared to keep moving, keep changing, because that's what these aspects are wanting from you. But it looks as though there's some good new opportunities for you this month, Capricorn, in your career area. I think it's going to be very exciting for you. So there you have it. If you'd like me to take a detailed look at your personal chart, I'd be delighted to do it. Please do come for a reading. And I thank you for subscribing, commenting, sharing. Have a great month. Bye for now.